Good morning, afternoon. Hello everybody. How are you today on this horrible day? I can't believe it's such a miserable day today after all that heat we've had. Let me just refresh my page here so I can see that you're there. Oh, that's very strange. Got a big picture on the middle of the screen. And I do, as you know, I do put my page up 200% so I can see you all. So let me know if you're there. Say hello. Any thumbs up or likes? What have you all been up to this week? We have been packing. Oh, there we go. I can see now. I've been packing this week. As you know, we're going to be moving. I've got the keys for our new place. We couldn't be there today, unfortunately. The internet was just not good enough, and I want it all to be lovely when you see it anyway. So we're here at home as usual to say hello to you today. Hi Suzanne, how are you? Is it raining in Guernsey today? Horrible here, really miserable. Hi Sally, how are you? Hi Margaret. Hello to myself.
Yeah, sorry, so I can see the thingies.
Amy has to do that so she can see the comments. Hi Margaret, how are you? It's nice to see you. What have you been up to? Did you get your cover stitch machine? I know we were talking about that in the week, about you getting a cover stitch pro machine. That's exciting. So yes, we were hoping to sort of show you around the new place today, but it's not ready. I don't want to show you yet. I'll wait till it's all lovely. Hi Joe, how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us today.
Hello everyone.
Hi Jane.
Hi Jane.
How are you? What's the weather like down in Somerset today? Nice day to be indoors sewing. Oh, Suzanne's saying it's sunny in Guernsey now, but it was torrential earlier. Yes, I mean, yesterday I was sitting outside, it was boiling hot. Woke up this morning, pouring rain.
Jane, you've got a little parcel coming from me. Let me know when it arrives.
You can tell Amy's back at work at Bloomsbury Square, Jane. Hi Pat, how are you? Hello Leslie. So Margaret hasn't decided on the cover stitch yet, but she's finished her Tunic Bible border print tunic frock. This is Tunic Bible dress here, which Margaret's talking about. So the Tunic Bible, for those of you who don't know, it's a book by the lady who does the blog Goodbye Valentino, Sarah Gunn, and also her friend Julie Starr. It's a great book because it basically has one pattern, and then you can change the necklines, change the length, change the sleeves, so loads of variations. Morning Patricia, how are you?
Morning Patricia.
No, not finished the move yet. I've got the keys and I've been packing everything up, so I'm hoping to actually move in properly on Wednesday, which is the 1st of July, when everything's packed. So yes, so I've been in there trying to sort everything out, and needs a bit of decorating, a bit of tidying up, a bit of cleaning, so I don't want to show you yet until it's all done. So yeah, so Margaret's been made her dress from the Tunic Bible, which is this book here, and I do run a workshop on this. It's a 2-day workshop. I don't think there'll be one till next year now, but anyway, it's great. There's so many variations, and you get the book. Coral's got this book, isn't it great, Coral? It's great. You make a 12 for the basic tunic, so you're really happy with the fit, and after that you're away. You've done one, haven't you, Ames?
I have. I really like it. I want to do more.
It's a really good book. So oh, Jane's excited about her parcel.
Yeah.
Hi Mum.
Hi Nan.
Hi Jill, thanks for joining us this morning. Yeah, it's a great book, so really good fun. This was I was going to wear this dress today, but I thought you wouldn't have to see all the fabric, so it's actually it's a border print fabric that I got from Draper's Daughter, I think, at Threads Festival. So it's a cotton, so I turned the fabric round and just about got the dress. That's the maximum length I could get out of it, because it's one of those narrow fabrics. So that's a really good book. What else have you been up to this week? So yeah, I've been packing. Thank you very much to my lovely friend Sue, who's helped with that. Suzanne, you've made something for yourself. That's amazing. Suzanne's finished her asymmetric dress, which is the Maker's Atelier asymmetric dress, the one you've made, Ames.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, I like that dress.
She really likes it. It's comfortable and easy to wear. So she cut another one. What did you do with the sleeves, Suzanne? Because we decided that we didn't like the elastic on the sleeves, so I just made them straight. But I love the way all the different parts feel. It's really clever, isn't it? It's got elastic here, really and on the back and on the neck. It's very clever. You want to see pictures of that now then, Suzanne? We've seen all your lovely dresses you've made for your granddaughters and things. Need to see a picture of that, don't we? So, morning Janet, how are you? It's nice to see you. So yeah, packing's about halfway done. I'm going back up there tomorrow to finish off.
Joe's been making bunting.
Oh, that's nice. That's a bit like making masks. We've been making mask bunting, haven't we?
Yeah.
Amy's Liberty mask business is still crazy busy.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Sending out hundreds and hundreds. What do we work out? About 3,000 masks we've done since the beginning.
Yeah.
Jill's made a summer blouse this week, plain white. Oh, that would be lovely. That's really lovely, isn't it? That would be perfect for when the sun comes back out again next week. What's Coral saying? Her Janome cover stitch machine had one hissy fit too many, so now got the baby lock one, which arrived yesterday. Oh, that'd be exciting. Lovely. I haven't tried the baby lock one, but I've heard it's very good. Is that just the cover stitch on its own, Coral, or is it the combined cover stitch one? I like my Janome one. It's a nice basic machine. Does exactly what you need it to, doesn't it? It just does it, neatens your
Hi, Susan.
things. Hi, Susan. How are you? We sorted out your ruffle dress then, I hope. Been emailing Suzanne about the Till the Sun Goes Down dress. Hi, Justine. What have you been up to? Rolled hems on her overlocker this week. Oh, good. So Justine did my overlocker workshop online and been practicing the rolled hems. Isn't it great? Love rolled hems on an overlocker. So Suzanne's made her first asymmetric dress with the elastic, so she's going to have a look at without on the sleeves. Oh yeah, we just decided it didn't quite like that, especially if you don't do it too tight. It's nice. Morning, Catherine. How are you? Coral's got the combined one. How exciting! Morning, Sue. How are you? So Suzanne, Susan and Castle. We were talking about the Till the Sun Goes Down ruffle dress. We did a couple of emails about it.
Morning,
Maggie. It was a bit confusing, the instructions, weren't they, Susan? But I think we sorted it out. But I have written to Andre to just get that clarified because it's a little bit confusing. And Sue, I was just telling everyone how lovely and helpful you were yesterday. We were packing up at Midhurst yesterday, and luckily Sue bought some extra boxes because we used all mine. So we're about halfway through, I would think. So it was good fun, wasn't it? Found all sorts of things when we were packing up yesterday.
Are you getting rid of things?
We did throw quite a few bits out, actually. Yeah, we did. We were quite good. I'm sure there'll be some more things to come to get chucked out as we go. So yeah, thanks Sue for all your help yesterday. It was really lovely. We spent the afternoon packing boxes, and Sue's really good at storage solutions and ideas and things. Yeah, Sue's gonna go with my idea of pressing the seam towards the sleeve. Yeah, the instructions said to press the seam open, but we couldn't work out how that would work. So, yeah, so Sue was doing things like sorting out my PDF patterns and all sorts of things like that. Morning, Claire. What have you been doing? Not much sewing for you. Oh, she's moved another daughter this week.
Oh, in that heat. Oh, yeah, in London.
Goodness me. Yeah, luckily, the sewing that I'm moving from has aircon. So yesterday afternoon we had the aircon on, but the new one hasn't got it yet. But it will. It will. Morning, Dan. How are you? Joining us for Amy's cocktail later. That's an exciting cocktail. Oh, Sue saying, yeah, it was fun yesterday. I gave Sue a couple of gadgets yesterday to play with. One of which was the little gadget for neatening the thread tails on the overlocker that I showed you a couple of weeks ago. It was fun. Thank you, Sue. It was really good. Morning, Emma. How are you? Nice to see you. What have you been up to? Did you do the sewing weekender? That was the other week, wasn't it? I thought I saw that you'd done the sewing weekend the other week. What did you make on that? Champagne cocktail today, Dan. We like a bit of classy cocktails today.
Classic champagne.
Classic champagne cocktail. So we did have a lovely champagne cocktail last week. So what did you make, Emma, at the sewing weekend? Was it good fun? Because it was the same weekend as I was doing the virtual thread festival, so couldn't be involved in that. Hello, Wendy. How are you? It's nice to see you.
Hi, Wendy.
What have you been doing? She's been sorting out her sewing room.
No, her daughter has sorted out her sewing room. No, she can't find anything.
Can't find anything. Oh no.
I wouldn't dare.
No.
Dungarees. Emma made dungarees.
Oh yeah, I thought I saw a picture of you in dungarees. Yeah, well done. So Margaret, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that workshops will start with the weekend sewing school on the 18th of July. But we'll have lots of all the sort of things that we need to do in place with sanitisers and distancing and spread everything out. So it'll be a lovely experience. It's still going to be lovely. We've got lots of space in the new place. So Oh, and a blouse as well you made, Emma. Very good. Very productive weekend. So what's gone on in your sewing room then, Wendy? It's just all nice and tidy now, is it? Has Amy started sewing as well? Is she joining you in the sewing room? So what else have you all been up to this week? I've seen that Sally made a lovely... Margaret's saying yay. Yeah, we're excited about starting up again, Margaret. Very excited. So as soon as I've actually got everything moved in, I will let you know and send out some emails. Morning, Clark. How are you?
Clark.
What have you been up to this week? So Suzanne sorted out all her fabric stash. And now she needs to put it in the So Organised app. I still haven't got around to doing that. Honestly, I've been meaning to do that since we started lockdown, but we've been so busy with other things. I have got my stash all piled up, but it's just not sorted out. So Sally made a lovely, if you saw on the Mid Her Sewers page, you'll have seen Sally made a lovely by hand London Hannah wrap dress, which is really pretty and looks so lovely on her. That's really nice. And that's, I saw Suzanne be making some more things for her grandchildren. Oh, Catherine, yes, we're moving. So last week we announced that we're actually moving. I've got the keys for our new place, still in Midhurst, but just up the road to a bigger place. So so when the classes start up again at the end of July, or middle to end of July, we'll have more space to spread out in. So I'm just packing at the moment, getting everything sorted out, but that's why I haven't done much sewing. Yeah, it is great, Clark. Very exciting. Can't wait to get back.
Bit of normality.
Oh, Wendy, are you missing all your stuff in your sewing room? Oh, and started the Tilly and Buttons dress. Oh, we had a chat about that, didn't we? Tilly and the Buttons dress. Which one is it?
The sundress.
Yeah. Is it old sundress? Oh, yes, of course. That's okay. This is Clark saying she can't join any workshops till Coco's back at school. That'll be September, will it? I expect. Hopefully. We'll see. Things are changing every day at the moment, aren't they? So we don't really know what things are going to happen day to day. I did manage to get a hair appointment though. My hairdresser's called me.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, for the 10th of July. 10th of July, how exciting is that? 10th of July. Anyone else got a hair appointment? I did go see the dentist this week as well. That was a bit scary, but that was good. But I don't think the nail bars aren't open. So
no, my nail bar counts with my appointment.
So I've got hair, but so nails will still be done by me. So has anyone else been out shopping this week? Booked any restaurants? I'm still a bit nervous about doing that, about booking restaurants and things. We'll see how things go. I think that first weekend in July is going to be a bit crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think we want to be going out on the 4th. I think everybody's going to be out.
We'll just stay in. Quite happy to stay, and I'll be up at Midhurst packing, unpacking by then. So what else? This weekend it's Glastonbury, isn't it? So we can all watch Glastonbury on the telly. That's why the weather's changed.
Classic Glastonbury weekend.
It was supposed to be Glastonbury.
Starts off sunny, ends up torrential.
What else?
Emma went to TK Maxx.
TK Maxx. What was that like? Leslie's got a hair appointment on the 8th of July.
Clark's been sewing Burda jogging MC Hammer style pants with unicorns on.
Oh, brilliant.
For herself, not Coco.
Of course. Oh, the Sarah dress. I can't. 8th of July. No one's coming out.
Hair, yeah.
Loads of hair. The hairdressers have been very organised, haven't they? Ringing us all up and filling in their gaps. Hair on the 8th of July. Dentist was fine actually, Pat. Don't worry about dentist. I went to dentist this week. It was fine. 24th of July. Oh, Janet says her hairdresser comes to her garden. So that's quite nice. Yeah, Claire's on the 15th. We'll have to have a big
new hair party.
Yeah, a new hair party.
Do a mass Zoom.
Oh yeah, Clark's got her hair appointment.
No, she's got hair appointment jealousy.
Oh yeah, have you not got one yet, Clark? Oh dear. Morning, Jen. How are you?
Hi, Jen.
I saw you chatting with Kenneth King on Instagram this week. Pat's got hairdressers. And she's made masks for NHS. Oh, okay.
Jill would like to know the details of the book.
Oh, the book. So yeah, at the beginning we were talking about Margaret made a dress from the Tunic Bible, which is this book here, and actually this dress here is from the Tunic Bible. So that was quite good that I had that there, Margaret, to talk about that today. What Susan got? Yoga classes and a teacher's garden. Oh, that's nice. I've been doing Pilates on Zoom. Oh, see, on Guernsey, Suzanne's saying everything's open. They are trialling 6-day open, 7-day isolation with testing on the 7th day for visitors. Oh, okay.
And an air bridge to the Isle of Man.
Oh, I'm still not sure about that. I don't think I'll be booking holidays yet. Anyway, the book, sorry, getting distracted. You know I'm easily distracted. The Tunic Bible, this is the book by Sarah Gunn and Julie Starr, and it has the basic pattern for a tunic and then all the different variations that you can do. I didn't take my patterns in here, let me just take that out, because you trace the pattern, the basic pattern, and then there's the page with lots of different pictures on it. All the way through, there we go, there's some. It gives you ideas for changing the necklines, collars, the length, the sleeves, and it gives the instructions for doing all of those things. So, Jen's working hard in the shop. Jen runs a lovely vintage clothes shop, getting ready for reopening. Thank you, Jen. Yes, we're moving. Yeah, I've got the keys. So, so I'm excited about that. So yes, the Tunic Bible. So yeah, it's well worth it. If you come on my workshop, the books included in the workshop, so you get this with it, and then we spend 2 days. Originally I thought that 1 day would be enough, but it's not enough, because you spend more time trying to decide which style you're going to make. So there's ruffle collars. Yes, this dress here is from the Tunic Bible. So this is the one with the placket on the inside and the large stand-up collar. So you can have the plackets on the inside or the outside. Oh, Patricia's been doing yoga as well. There we go. Look, there's lots of different variations. Can you see those? Mm-hmm. Different variations. Lots and lots of variations. You can make them in stretch. This one that I've got on the stand here, I actually put darts in the back and then I put a zip in the side so that I could have a slightly more fitted look.
I did the same for mine.
Yeah,
so
you did.
More like a little mini dress.
You did the no collar, didn't you? And then the placket
Mine's
on the outside.
no collar, yeah.
So it's very good. Lots of people have tried this ruffle collar. This has been a bit tricky. I think Sue did this. And the thing that we found tricky with this is the collar tends to flop down at the back. So we tried lots of different things to try and make it stand up a bit. I think a bit more interfacing, but yeah, anyway, we fiddled about with that and got some nice collars. There we go. So that's the Tunic Bible. And like I said, I do run a 2-day class on that. But I think it's postponed to next year now, because it would have been last week. This week would have been copy it, make it. All sorts of things. I'm keeping everything in my calendar so I know what I would have been doing while we're on lockdown. But it won't be long. I keep thinking that's only 18th of July. It's not far away, is it, really? I've got loads to do before the 18th of July. Yes, the book. If you're doing the course with me, you get the book, Patricia. Yes, the Tunic Bible book is included. And tracing paper, because we trace the pattern and then you decide which style you want to do. It's a good book. And Sarah Gunn, who writes the book, she does a blog called Goodbye Valentino. She started it a few years ago when she decided not to buy any more clothes. She was going to make all her own clothes and for a whole year. And she started the blog, and it was very popular. And then she started this idea of the ready-to-wear fast, where you don't buy any clothes, you just make all your own clothes. Oh yeah, Sue's saying it looked pretty, didn't it, Sue? But it was not. It was a bit floppy.
Yeah, it depends on the fabric.
I think it does, yeah.
Because the fabric that Sue used was almost like a voile.
Oh, so Margaret's done the ruffle collar as well, and it does flop. It's really interesting. They've done very clever photography in the book. I think they just sort of propped it all up for the. But there's a few things you can do, Margaret. I think we stitched where it overlaps at the front. We stitched it, and I think we put a few stitches in the back neck as well.
Understitched it.
Yeah, at the top as well. But anyway, yeah, show me some pictures. I'd love to see that.
Maybe we interfaced it.
It did work a bit. I think Jamie interfaced hers, didn't she? The one she made for her sister, and that did stand up a bit better. It does depend on the fabric though, but it depends on the width of the collar as well, because Jane made it and it stood up perfectly fine.
That fabric was quite
sort of
heavy
crepey
though.
fabric. So yeah, so yeah, we've done, as you can hear, we've done lots of classes and lots of different people have made Tunic Bible dresses. Pat's made some as well, made some for her friends. What else have I got written on my thing here? I was going to talk about some different patterns today. Oh yeah. Oh, thank you, Sue. It was good fun, wasn't it? Sue loved doing the course. And yeah, her fabric was a fine cotton lawn. It was one of those lovely, I think it was one of the art gallery fine lawns. So I think you just need to do a bit more interfacing. But it still looked lovely. And you made yours longer, didn't you, as well, with splits at the side, which was really nice. So there's been some new patterns released this week. Do you keep an eye on what new patterns have been released? I love seeing what's out there. Assembly Line have released the perfect pattern for last week's weather. When it was really hot, it's a new caftan pattern. It's really lovely. It's very floaty, full length. It goes from extra small to 3XL. And it's got pockets, so what not to love? Full length caftan. So sort of float about in that hot weather. Really pretty. It's got quite a nice neckline, so it's a bit nice and nice sleeves. So look out for that, the Assembly Line caftan. If the weather gets back up to in the 30s, it's perfect. And Style Arc have got this until the 29th of June, have got 20% off all of their PDF trouser patterns. So have a look at those. A couple of nice ones. I know Sally likes the Q pants, which have got the little slit in the front. And then it's the wide. Am I creaking a lot?
You're very creaky.
I'm very creaky. Sorry, I keep leaning on the table. It must be on the creaky side of the table.
Stop leaning on the table.
Do my hands a little here. Just don't move.
You notice it all the time now. Now you've mentioned it.
Clark says she's a pattern addict. I love new patterns. They're terrible because I tend to buy them and then I've got piles of time to make them up. So yeah, Style Arc have got their PDF trouser patterns 20% off. The Claire pants are nice wide leg trousers if you're looking for some nice wide legs. And Marcy Tilton, if you like Marcy Tilton fabrics, I mean Marcy Tilton have some really there's some lovely botanical fabrics at the moment, and again I know Sally really likes Marcy Tilton fabrics. They're from America, so you do have to sort of take into account the shipping costs and the tax, but they've got 20% off everything with their code SEWHOMES in capital letters SEWHOME, 20% off all their fabrics, and they are lovely. It's well worth it, but just sort of have a think about how much you want to buy to make it worth paying the shipping cost is what I would say, but they are lovely. So what have you? Anyone else noticed any new patterns this week? What system do you use to find and categorise them? Yeah, Trello. Yeah, Trello's good. Is Trello what you use, Sue? I think Trello's the one that Sue uses.
Sue uses Cora.
Oh, Cora. That's right. Cora is on the iPhones, isn't it? Comfy trouser pattern. The Claire Style Arc Claire trousers are good. Simplicity do a nice wide leg. What's that pattern that you use, Ames? Do you have the number of it?
8 is Simplicity. I think it's 8555, but I will find out. It's a really good wide leg with an option of a waistband or just a facing. Super comfy wide leg trouser. Yeah, that's a really nice one. Oh no, I haven't seen that. Emma's saying, haven't seen the new Coralie Bishopson sundress pattern. It's called Orally. Oh no, I have to look at that one. I'll look that up later actually, Emma. Thank you. And Sue's saying that buying pants is another hobby. Yes, it is. It's Cora app, isn't it, you use, Sue? It's Cora and So Organised.
So Organised. Joe is saying 8885 for the
8885.
Yeah, that's it for the wide leg trousers. They're really comfy, Leslie. They're a good one.
Simplicity.
Susan bought the Nina Lee Mayfair dress. And then took a
I
subscription
love
to
that.
So Today. Oh, look, lots of pattern ideas coming through.
Me and Victoria were discussing the Mayfair dress yesterday because it can be made in Jersey.
Oh, Jill does a lot of full bust adjustments, so she sticks to one she knows. Yeah, that is true. If you know that you need to do certain alterations, you get them all done.
Well, I find that Nina Lee's patterns are really good for a fuller bust because she is quite full busted herself, and I haven't had to do any FBAs on her patterns. They're really good for the larger busted lady.
Claire says she uses Trello on the Android. And which one, Susan? Was that the trouser pattern? Sue's going to go and have a look on her Cora app for trouser patterns, so she'll tell you. Sue has categorised all her many patterns onto Cora, so she can have a little look and do it. But I think Cora is the one that's just for iPhone, isn't it? and Trello,
and So Organised is for everything.
Yeah, and can So Organised do patterns as well as fabrics?
Yeah, So Organised does everything.
Yeah.
So as in SEW, organised.
Catherine's joined So Direct, and she got because when you join So Direct, you get some free patterns. So Catherine's got the custom couture trousers now. They're with straight leg, but the Mace Atelier wide leg, the Mace Atelier wide leg trousers are really good actually. Her pattern for wide leg trousers is great, and then you can also. She's got a version with a fly front, like a tailored trouser, or you can make them in stretch fabrics as well on her pattern. So that's a really good one. Suzanne bought the assembly line cuff dress this week. Nice. I do like assembly line. There you go. Jill's saying thank you for the tip about Nina Lee.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, because
I
you
really
haven't
love
had to
her.
alter any of them, have you?
None of them. Her measurements, her finished garment measurements are extremely accurate.
Yeah.
And I haven't had to. And I would normally be about a 20 to 22 on top and 14 on the bottom, and hers are
really good,
really good, really accurate.
And was it the Q dress you made? That's quite
I made
fitted?
the Q dress, which is very fitted on the top, and I've also made I've made both variations of that, and I've made the South Bank sweater.
Oh yeah,
which is very good.
But the Q dress you made as a top as well, didn't you?
I made the little top.
Really nice.
Yeah, it fits perfectly on the bust. Really great. And she made the Q dress for her wedding dress, and that's when I could see that she's got quite a full bust, so that would be why.
Oh, now Wendy's made Vogue 9305 flat fronted pull on trousers. We like a pull on trouser, but it need to add pockets.
Yeah.
I do like a pull on trouser. I mean, I like my jeans. I mean, I've got my ginger jeans on today, which are nice. So I make them out of stretch denim, so they're comfortable. And I also have some Tessuti trousers, which are really good. And then there's McCall's one, which have got no side seams, that zip in the back. So they're very good as well. So I have to have a little pattern recall of trousers, weren't we, on Midhurst Sewers? All different trousers. So, Sewing Bee then. Sewing Bee final. What did we all think of the final? I thought it was great. Really enjoyed it. It was really good. That kilt was a real technical challenge, wasn't it? Has anyone made a kilt before? I made a kilt for one of the gamekeepers at Goodwood, the lady gamekeepers, and she wanted a kilt with the Goodwood tartan, and it was tricky, but didn't have as many pleats, luckily, as those ones. Yes. So Wendy's just saying that 1905 are the ones that Gail made. Sue saying brilliant result. Leslie loved it. So pleased that Claire won. I thought she was great. Her final dress, well actually her kilt with those tiny pleats. We did call the winner, didn't we, Charlie? Because when you do the pleats on a kilt, like they were saying, you have to do the pleating depending on the fabric that you have. And because Claire chose a very small check, she had to do very small pleats. And then you have to make them narrower at the waist. So she had to do all those tiny little adjustments at the top to bring it in at the waist. I thought it was fantastic. Really good. Really, really good. And the carnival dress as well. Transformation challenge is what it is, isn't it? Oh. The final outfits was quite hard, actually. I just thought Claire's was so classy. But Matt's was amazing, wasn't it?
I loved Matt's.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah. I think if Matt had been a bit more consistent in his other garments, he'd have won. Because the final garment, if you were just judging on the final three, that would have been really difficult.
It was perfect for Pride Week. It's
Justin Sully, it's Pride Week, isn't it?
It's Global Pride Day today,
Yeah,
it's the first ever Global Pride.
Justin saying she loved Claire's potty mum. She was really funny, wasn't she? Claire's mum. She was so lovely. Claire's always her favourite. Yes. Patricia saying loved it. I love the pleating. Glad Claire won and loved Matt's dress. It was amazing, wasn't it?
It's the sort of thing you could see Billy Porter wearing.
Yes, exactly. Yes, wasn't Billy Porter?
It was very Siriano-esque.
Yeah.
I thought Christian Siriano is one of my favourite designers.
Yes.
And he often designs ball gowns for men.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he, Billy Porter's ones? And he does lots of beautiful rainbow tulle. If you follow on Instagram, follow Christian Siriano. He does beautiful, big tulle dresses in beautiful
really
colours.
Fantastic
things.
He's doing a lot this weekend for Global Pride.
Yes.
With Billy Porter. So there's lots of fun outfits showing up on Instagram today.
Good.
Yeah. Billy Porter did a thing last night and he was in one of his ball gowns on Instagram.
Margaret's saying that Claire's clearly used to working under extreme pressure, which helps. Yeah, that's what gave Matt problems. I was quite surprised that Matt wasn't using a Teflon foot on his leather. Sue and I were discussing that while we were watching it. He didn't use a Teflon foot, which made it really sticky to sew. And also, if you're sewing leather, a quick tip if you're doing that, Teflon foot on the top and silicone paper underneath will just help it slide through. But obviously, yeah, Claire being an NHS doctor and a lung specialist, she's obviously used to working under pressure, and she must have been crazy right at the front line, hasn't she, since filming stopped. And Jill's saying it was easy to fit Matt's dress on a guy than a woman. It was, wasn't it? Yeah, to be honest, there was less curves to fit, but yeah, it fitted beautifully, didn't it? Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I just loved Claire's dress. I made a very similar dress for I had a prom for my 40th birthday. It was that sort of similar look. Do you remember my pale grey dress I made? That similar sort of look. That was a long time ago. That sort of 1930s style. That was a Decades of Style pattern, which is really nice. The patterns, as I've said before, you can see all the patterns or inspiration for the patterns that were used on the Sewing Bee on the Fold line. Do a whole list, and also Sew Direct do a list, and Sew Direct have a page which is all their Sewing Bee inspired patterns from their pattern range, and a lot of them are 50% off at the moment. So if there's any particular patterns that you liked from the Sewing Bee, have a look at the Sewing Bee inspired page on Sew Direct.
That's a mouthful.
It was, wasn't it? I should have some water. No, they're not. I had a quick look, and when I was reading their blog post about the Sewing Bee, it said 50% off of their Sewing Bee inspired patterns, but it's not all of them. It's just some. So, but it's worth having a look. It's nice to see them all in one place. I think be nice to when we go on the cruise. Obviously, so we would have been packing for the cruise this weekend.
We'd be leaving tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we would have been leaving. So Suzanne, we would have all been leaving, wouldn't we? And Sue, who are with us today, we would all be leaving to go to New York, packing our beautiful ball dresses. But I think those dresses, I think definitely Claire's dress would be lovely to wear on the cruise. Very excited to wear that. No, I didn't, Claire. Emma's saying, but I didn't have a tiny tuck in the front of my dress. So, yeah, she would have done it again. So Claire's dress had, do you remember, had the little cutout. They had to make a cutout in their dress. And Claire's had a tiny tuck. So mine didn't have a tuck, didn't have a cutout, but it had a diamond in the front here. And it had the same sort of top. And very similar liquid satin. So I was making it. I didn't have a tuck, but I was overlocking the seams and the fabric tucked underneath and cut a big hole down the front of my dress. So I had to remake one of the whole front panels. So it happens to all of us, doesn't it? But yeah, it's because it was that very lightweight liquid satin. But I did redo it. So it's tricky to make. Yeah, Suzanne, don't get saying for next year's trip. Lots of inspiration now with all these dresses. For next August, we can start sewing for all our lovely outfits, can't we? Beautiful buttons on the dress. Yes, there were. Well, yes, it was lovely. It was a really beautiful dress. That red dress. Really loved it. Now we'll carry on chatting about that. So I want to do a little demo today. Last week somebody mentioned about pin tucks. Yes, we'll have to make our whole wardrobe for the cruise next year. I think anyone who's not coming on the cruise could still make cruise wardrobes. just have a cruise party. Yeah, a whole new wardrobe for our cruise next year. That's what it's going to be. Anyway, pin tucks. We talked about pin tucks last week, so I thought I was having a play, and I thought I would show you how to do some pin tucks. Suzanne's saying she thinks the button was vintage. Probably, I think it probably was. Yeah, knowing Claire, it probably was, wasn't it? I thought it was. I just really loved that final. It was such a good final. So Amy's going to bring the camera in so I can show you I'm going to show you 3 different ways to do pin tucks. Here we go. I want to put the light on the camera, it might be a bit brighter. Oh, there we go. So this is my pin tuck sample here, all different sizes. These 3 here are done using the pin tuck foot that you can get for your machine. So these are the pin tuck feet that you can get for your machine, and you can get them in 7 and 9mm. So they have different size grooves on the bottom. Generally, when you buy these, they tend to come in a pack of 2. These are the Janome ones, but different machines will have similar feet. And generally, the ones with the smaller grooves, like this one here, are better for finer fabrics, and then this one's better for slightly thicker fabrics. So, but you can always play about with these things. And with these feet, you use twin needles. So this is a twin needle. And the general rule is that you can fit the twin needle in the grooves on the back there. So this foot would use a 2 or a 2.5mm gap twin needle, and then this one, you'll see this is the smaller one, it wouldn't really fit with this one, doesn't work very well on this one. So this bigger one takes the 3mm. But play about with them if you've got twin needles. Then that's what you'll need to go with these pin tuck feet. So that's what I've done these 3 different samples with. This one was done with the larger pin tuck foot, and these 2 were done with the smaller pin tuck foot with different size needles. I did one with a 2.5 and one with 2. This one here was done using a ditch foot, so I'll show you how to do that. And then these 2 samples here were done using the 1/4 inch foot. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So we're going to start off with using the pin tuck foot. Now Amy will be very pleased to know that I've actually put the twin needle on the machine already and threaded it. So I put the...
That's not something you want to be doing live.
So I put the 2 threads on the machine here, and you just take the 2 threads and thread them through the machine the same pathway, and then at the bottom they're going to go through the needles, and I'm just going to put the foot on the machine. That's I have trouble doing that now because there we go. And then put your 2 threads through the middle of the foot out to the back. There we go. Now on my piece of fabric, I've drawn drawn a line with my friction pen, and you really only need to draw your first line. Let me just move these bits out of the way because they're for in a minute. Draw your first line, and try, when you're doing pin tucks, do try and draw your lines on the straight grain of the fabric, because you'll get a better pin tuck, it won't twist. So hold on to my threads, and then I'm just going to stitch forward. That's my thread just caught at the back there. Just get my scissors. And there is your first pin tuck. Can you see that there? Mm-hmm. Okay, so once you've done your first one, then put your thread through the middle, and your second one, to do your second one, you just put the first pin tuck in one of the grooves to the right hand side. So I always do a test with this. So I'm putting my first pin tuck in that groove on the right hand side. Can you see that? It's in the groove there. And then that's your guide for your second one. I didn't cut my bobbin thread, did I? There we go. And really it's as easy as that. If you're doing this on a garment, I would suggest do your pin tucks before you cut out your fabric. Because you're never really sure how much fabric you're going to take up. So you could roughly cut out your pattern piece. I'm going to do one more so you can just see. So now I'm putting the one I've just done in the groove on the right hand side, and then just going forward.
Justine's asking what's a good use for pin tucks. Blouses?
Blouses, I would say, yes. The fronts of a blouse is very nice. Children's clothes are nice. You could do it on cushion covers and quilts and all sorts of things. So do you want to go back on the stand to give your... it's very nice on the front of a blouse, and if you do them all the same length, not like I've done, you can just finish them off here with a... put the threads through to the back and knot them off, and then it'll be tighter on the top, and then it'll flare out at the bottom, so it gives a sort of smocky look, which is quite nice. On the back, you'll see that there's the bobbin thread underneath is what's pulling tighter underneath there. So you get that little line on the back. So that's the wrong side, and that's the right side. So that's a little row of pin tucks. So the different size foot or the different size needles that you use will just alter that very slightly. You can see from my first one, it's not a huge amount between that's the larger foot, and that's the smaller grooves. So it's worth playing about with that. It looks lovely on children's clothes. But yeah, blouses, I would say. Night dresses, very nice on night dresses. Cushion covers, quilts. So that's how you use the pin tuck feet for your machine. Now I'm just going to change my needle. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Has anyone tried doing pin tucks on a garment before? I mean, often patterns will have them. I'm just going to give that to Amy over there. Taking off my other thread and taking out my twin needle to put in my single needle. Has anyone tried pin tucks? A lot of patterns have them on their garments, but and they'll have lots of complicated lines drawn and that sort of thing. But really, you can do your own style with pin tucks, and you can add them to something if you want to, as long as you do your pin tuck your fabric before you cut out your garment. So the next way, if you haven't got these pin tuck feet, another way that you can do pin tucks is to use your ditch foot, and I've talked to you about a ditch foot before, and I think that's one of my favourite feet. So the ditch foot has a long guide here, and that guide is right in front of the needle. So I'm going to put the ditch foot on the machine here.
Clark says Coco says hello.
Oh, hi Coco.
And Clark did pin tucks on Coco's first dress that she made for her.
Oh, there you go. Did you use a foot, or did you use the pattern markings?
Last time I did it was years ago.
Calico cushions with Jenny Raymond, Wendy's saying. So for this one, you'll need to draw more lines. So draw your lines where you want your pin tucks to be.
Clark did it by hand.
Oh, goodness me. And then I'm going to fold the fabric on my first. I'm using a friction pen, which disappears when you iron. Fold the fabric on the line and place the fabric with the fold against the guide of the foot. And then I'm going to move my needle over. So needle in the middle is 3.5. I'm going to go over to 0.5. So I've moved it over to the left. And then making sure that the fold of that fabric stays lined up against the guide in the middle. I'm holding the fabric behind and in front because it does, and I'm doing it at a funny angle here, but it does tend to want to come out.
Claire's saying she did pin tucks on her daughter's christening dress years ago,
lovely.
Made from the offcuts of her wedding dress.
Oh, how lovely.
And Patricia did it on shirts used as uniforms a long time ago.
Oh, did I not do that one? So I'll do another one just so you can see. So you just draw your lines and then make sure that you've got the fold of your fabric next to the guide. So that's a nice quick way of doing pin tucks using a ditch foot. There we go. So very similar. There, can you see those? Mm-hmm. Patricia's saying shirts used as uniforms. Oh, nice. Now I'm going to use my 1/4 inch foot, but I didn't draw enough lines. I'm just going to draw some more lines. I didn't draw one there, look. So when you're doing, yeah, there for the other one.
Oh.
When you're doing slightly bigger pin tucks, you need to take into account the fold of the pin of the tuck. So when you're doing things like these ones here, these are done with the 1/4 inch or 1/2 centimetre foot. So you have to think that you've got 1/2 centimetre here, 1/2 centimetre there, and 1/2 centimetre underneath. So each tuck takes up 1.5 centimetres. So you have to think about your placing when you're doing.
Jill's asking, how do you iron them?
I just press them to one side, or you could just steam them, but I just press them to one side. Generally. So I'm going to draw just a couple of lines here. I'm doing my lines 2.5 centimetres apart there. So an alternative to the, let me just get rid of some of my threads here because that looks very messy. Alternative to the ditch foot would be the 1/4 inch foot, which is this one here, which we've talked about before, I think. French seams, we talked about this foot, didn't we? So this has got the hole in the middle here and the guide on the side. So when your needle's in the middle, you line the fabric up to this guide and you do a 1/4 inch or 1/2 centimetre seam. So I'm going to put that one on the machine. I'm going to make sure my needle's back in the middle, which on this machine is 3.5. There we go.
Patricia's saying we didn't have these fandangled machine feet then.
No, you see. That's why, so you can tell I've been filming my machine feet class, can't you? It's all on hold at the moment while I finish packing, but I'll get back on it when we get moved. There we go. So this time, lining up the foot to the edge, fold the fabric on your mark and line the fabric up to the fold. Oh, that's when you're on the machine.
Vibrating.
There we go. Lovely even tucks, look. There, I'll do one more so you can see that one. So again, these are all marked. I mean, you could, this is only just cotton, so you can just finger press it. Oh, hold on, I nearly unthreaded my needle then. Let's not be doing that. There we go. So again, folded on the line. And stitch forward. Look how easy tucks are. So there we go, look. 2 nice little 1/2 centimetre or 1/4 inch tucks. Now while we've got the 1/4 inch foot on the machine, the 1/4 inch foot on the Janome machine actually has a second hole to the left, which means you can do 1 centimetre measurements. So if I move the needle all the way to the left, which is 0, 0.
Oh, Leslie's saying she's done pin tucks as samples for her City and Guilds course, but never realised you could do it like this.
Ah, you see.
Jill says, that foot is my nemesis. I break needles when I don't remember to stitch.
Oh, switch to zigzag. Yes, you have to remember, yeah, to make sure this only does straight stitch, this foot. Only straight stitches. So,
which is my nemesis.
So I've now drawn my lines a bit further apart because I'm going to do slightly bigger stitches, wider tucks now. So I've moved the needle all the way to the left, which is 0 on this machine. So it's now going through the hole on the left. So now this is a 1 centimetre tucks. I'm just going to fold. So I'd always say the best way to stitch a straight line is not look at the needle. So any of these fancy feet, look how quickly you can do a pin tuck. This is really nice on pillowcases and things like that actually. If you just want to put a little, you're making something like lovely silk pillowcases. This is just a nice easy way of putting a simple decoration on. There we go. So So I've done 3 there. Obviously they all need pressing. Let's get those threads out of the way. So there we go, 3 1 centimetre tucks. So we've got 1 centimetre tucks there. We've got 1/2 centimetre ones. We've got little pin tucks done with the ditch foot, and we've got pin tucks done with the pin tuck foot. So lots of options. What do you think? Do you think you might have a little go with it? It all needs pressing, obviously, but have a go at some pin tucks on something. I think they're really pretty. I do these ones mainly on pillowcases. That's my things that I like to do. Everyone's gone very quiet, concentrating on pin tucks now.
Oh, what can I do those?
Yeah, have I got those feet in my sewing box? They just need a nice press. I quite like these 1/2 centimetre ones actually, but these are good as well. So that's my demos today. I've done all my demos. That was quick.
It was.
See how quick pin tucks can be. They take no time at all. Oh, good. Sally says she's just about to make a dress with pin tuck, so that'll be helpful then. You can decide which way you want to do it. Thanks, Suzanne. See, these would look lovely on some of your little dresses, the little grandchildren's dresses, because you've got the pattern already. So just pin tuck some fabric before you cut them out, and then you can have pretty little tucks. Thanks, Sally. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad that was helpful. I want to see lots of pin tucked things now. Amy's going to come in now because she's got a lovely cocktail for us to have today. Jill says she's inspired. She's going to have a go this week. Not sure. Cool. Just do samples. Just play the samples.
Hello, everybody.
What are you wearing today, Ames?
Oh, I am. Well, these are not made. The jeans and the top is not
making knots.
Made. Yeah, but the blazer I made. This is my blazer. This is my Jasika closet case patterns Jasika blazer. So a few of you might have seen it. I've had it. I think I wore it on a few lives ago. But
yeah,
I'm running out of clothes.
Yeah,
my lined Jasika blazer.
Oh, Jilly says she saw. You're here for the cocktail, Jilly. I've got. This is my Kalle shirt. This is the Kalle shirt.
We're both in closet case today.
Yeah, we are.
You're very closet casey because you've got your jeans on too.
Oh, I have. Yes, I've got closet case Kalle shirt made in a Atelier Brunette double gauze with little silver bits on it. I've got the Ogden Cami, True Bias Ogden Cami, and I've got my ginger jeans on. And just for any of you that were thinking, this is this is the duster coat that I wear this a lot. This is a lovely duster coat, linen duster coat, completely Hong Kong bound, all the insides there. That's a workshop that I run as well. I think we're doing it in August actually, if anyone's interested.
Turn that light off.
Is it too bright?
Yeah.
And this is a Tessuti silk cami as well. So with this cami, the Ogden one, actually we do this on the Sewing with Silk workshop. Just a nice little thing to learn how to work with tricky fabrics on. I think with the Betzina, Suzanne, you can put cord under a pin tuck. You can, but you have to have the there's a needle plate that you can get that has a hole in it. So you can try and hold the cord, but I've never really bothered with putting cord in.
Cocktails just in time for lunch.
Oh, okay. We'll see you next week, Patricia. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you, Suzanne. This fabric is from Bloomsbury Square. It is
the Rebecca linen?
No, it's not Rebecca.
Oh.
This is the unwashed linen, I think it's called. It's a new one.
It's got you got that lovely lining from Goldhawk Road.
Yeah, the lining's from Goldhawk Road.
Really nice.
Yeah. Okay, so cocktail time.
Yay.
So here we are.
Sun's coming out.
Oh, perfect timing. So cocktail today, we're going to make a classic champagne cocktail. And that is what it's called. It's called the classic champagne cocktail. Oh, Claire is asking a question about style art patterns. How is the sizing? Some of the patterns are single size, which is a bit off-putting. So
Claire, on the Style Up website, they have a size chart. Their sizing is really good. I have to say they're really good. I normally just look at what my measurements are and make that pattern and it's fine. So they have a size chart. So look at their size chart and put your measurements in and go for the pattern, the one that matches your size. Yeah, Sally's saying she's they're very true to size, but just look at their style, their size chart on their website, and you'll have no problems. Never had any problems with style art patterns. Actually, they always fit really well. Sorry, Ems.
That's okay. That's why we're really here. Yeah. Okay, so classic champagne cocktail. You need champagne, obviously. Today we have Pommery champagne. This is one of my faves. You need some brandy and Angostura Bitters, which if you don't already have this in your drinks cabinet, it is a really great addition. It's super potent, so you only ever need a couple of drops of it, but it really puts a nice edge to your drinks. Really great with like a rum and ginger ale, a couple of splashes of Angostura Bitters, something like that's really good. So Angostura Bitters and some brown sugar. Traditionally it would be a sugar cube, but we don't have sugar cubes, so you can use granulated sugar as well. Thank you, Clark. So you're going to put in the glass a teaspoon of brown sugar or a whole sugar cube. Then you're going to soak the sugar with the Angostura Bitters. So it's about 2 to 3. Yeah, it can be 30 years old. It will live forever. Yeah,
I think
this one's probably 30 years old, and it's still only to there. Yeah. So because you only ever use a few drops. Because I think it's about 80% proof or something. Oh no, it's 44%. But yeah, you wouldn't want to drink it anyway. So you're going to put about 2 or 3 drops in there to soak. Ooh,
I think everyone's got
in the sugar. I think most people would have. Got it on the tablecloth. So that's just going to soak in. If it was a sugar cube, you would try and completely saturate the sugar cube. Then you're going to put 1 shot of brandy, so 25 mils, which would be about 2 tablespoons. Shot of brandy in there. Oh, husband's joined. Clark's there.
The champagne cocktails. Welcome.
Okay. So the brandy's in.
Oh, yeah. Sally's saying her Angostura isn't it? It's the Galliano bottle.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
And probably a bottle of Amarula or something.
Susan said she bought some on my honeymoon in Tobago. We haven't done a Galliano cocktail.
There aren't many. That's why. So you then swirl the brandy and the sugar around. The cube will just slowly dissolve, but you're just wanting to get that brandy and Angostura and sugar starting to blend together. And then you're going to top with the champagne. This is the easiest cocktail we could do, really, because this is it.
Yeah, we had thought if we were at the new place in Midhurst, we wouldn't have things like ice. So
I had thought this would be a good one to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to run out of champagne. Oh no, just right, just about. So top with champagne, and then I've done the same little. I did a little rind which I trimmed with the pinking shears, so it's a nice, pretty little lemon, and that goes in. You could also put a little bit of lemon juice if you wanted a bit of extra, and that's it.
God, that's so easy.
And the sugar makes it super bubbly and fizzy, and it will just keep fizzling up. It's really pretty, and especially if it's a sugar cube, it really fizzes up the glass. So it's quite a nice showstopper one to make for an aperitif for your guests.
Claire say, and the blue stuff.
Oh, the curacao. Yeah. Blue curacao.
What can we do with that?
Yeah. Well, it's actually an orange liqueur. So anything that you would put Cointreau in, you could use blue curacao in.
If you want a blue drink.
If you wanted a blue drink, but I don't know about blue drink.
It looks lovely.
Yeah,
cheers. Thank you.
You're
it's so pretty.
Yeah, it's all fizzy.
Oh, that's lovely.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really nice, ladies. So you'll have to go and make one now.
Yeah, champagne really cocktails.
Really lovely.
I drank a little bit too much of the Pommery last night, I'm afraid, so there wasn't quite enough for a full glass.
Well,
sorry.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
really nice.
We're in the classy cocktail stage.
Yes,
now.
we are.
And this is quite a good one because everyone's got a bit of brandy in the cabinet. Everybody's got a bit of Angostura.
You need to write a book.
Of sewing cocktails. Yeah,
you should.
Yeah. Cocktails with sewing.
You can add it to your blog pieces.
Yeah, that is nice.
It's lovely, isn't it? That's really nice. Very lovely.
This Saturday afternoon drinking's getting us in trouble.
No, we're not getting much work done.
No, especially last week because we had to finish the bottle of champagne last week.
We did. Yes.
At least this week, it's done already.
Yeah, we had one with my mum, didn't we?
Yeah.
With Nanny.
Yeah, we went and finished off the bottle.
Auntie Emma.
Yes.
And then we actually got Emma making masks and everything last week, didn't we?
We did.
That's my sister, by the way.
Do you have a blog, Amy? No, but maybe I should.
Hmm.
I have been writing some blog posts for Bloomsbury, but we're just getting them sorted out and tidied up. Cocktail dresses, of course. Yeah, cocktails and dresses.
Oh yes, we could match them. We could match the dress with the cocktail.
Yeah.
That's a good plan.
That's a good idea.
We've got all these ideas when we move. Everything's on hold at the moment because of the move and the mask making. But as soon as we get sorted, that'll be a good project.
Could make a new BBC Two show. We've had the two fat ladies. Your show could be the two drunk ladies.
We don't get drunk.
No, just a little bit happy.
Drunkety drunk.
Not drunkety drunk. No. What a hardship finishing champagne in the sunshine.
It was lovely, wasn't it? Last Saturday
really
was a lovely afternoon, wasn't it? So it was really nice. Oh, thank you, Coco.
Thanks, Coco.
We've got good lighting, obviously, in here.
Very good.
Sally's laughing at Charlie.
Yeah. Susan would pre-order the book. Where can people buy your masks? So on Etsy, Emma, my Etsy shop is called Tyler Creative Studio, all one word. And yeah, I have Liberty masks and plain masks.
Yeah, really pretty. The Liberty ones have been really popular.
They've been extremely popular. So there is a bit of a long lead time, but if you pop me a message, I can fast track yours.
Yeah. Yeah, actually there's a whole load cut out over there, isn't there? That's what we're saying this afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as this is over, I'm chained back to the sewing machine to make masks to get them out for everybody. Yeah.
So I hope you'll give this one a try. It's really lovely.
This is a nice
You've got
one.
two things to make with your champagne now, two different cocktails.
Yeah.
Now.
So there you go. You just need a bottle of champagne. You can do the French 75 from last week and the classic champagne cocktail, and they're both super easy with things that you'll likely have in your drinks cabinet already. You could use Prosecco as well, of course. And if you don't drink alcohol, then probably not the cocktail for you because it's very alcoholic. Yeah, I don't know what you'd replace the Angostura. You can't drink Angostura or brandy or champagne. Maybe just lemonade. Are you in the new place yet?
No, I've got the keys, Sally. I've got the keys, and I'm moving next week. So yes, should be in by Wednesday, Thursday next week is my plan. So I'm just packing at the moment. So Sue's been helping me with all the packing.
And Clark says, beautiful shop. She sent the link to those people who wanted her to make them. Thanks, Clark.
We better get on it.
Yeah.
Got a busy afternoon. It's very exciting, Sally. Yes, it is very exciting. We should be all sorted. I mean, if it's looking, I think next week is going to be a little bit. What is that then? Charlie said, just a glass of water then.
I'm off to the sewing. Justine's off to her sewing shed.
We've inspired you to go and play with pin tucks now. Next week I don't think we definitely won't do it there from next week because it'll be full of boxes. True. So maybe the week after. We might do it from there the week after. Yeah. When we're all sorted and ready for the sewing school. That'd be good fun, wouldn't it? So I think that's all we've got for you this week, unless you've got any questions, any burning questions you'd like me to answer or Amy to answer. It is the third place we've been to together, Sally. I'm glad you're sticking with me. Thank you.
You've earned your top fan badge.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Oh, Emma's doing a concealed zip. Good. I just kept thinking when I was watching last week's sewing bee and they're having trouble with concealed zips, just tack it.
Yeah.
Just tack it. It seems like, it just saves all that unpicking afterwards and it'll be just going perfectly first time. Oh, I did laugh on something like the sewing bee. I did laugh with Matt putting, with his kilt, put the two male bits of the breast fastener on. And Patrick said, is that a comment? Is that a social comment?
Oh, Clark's they're doing block printing.
Oh, lovely. Oh, good. Thanks, Emma. She's using the tutorial for the concealed.
Clark says it's the best part of her week.
Oh, thank you. What are we going to do when we have to stop doing it?
I know.
Thank you, Suzanne. Suzanne, you worked out, because I sent Suzanne how to work out how much linten you need. So I hope that made sense, because when you're doing couture techniques, you need more than what the pattern says.
Especially if it's a check.
Especially if you're working with linten, yeah, exactly. So ordering the linten next week. That's good. It's just called Vogue Sewing, Leslie. It's literally just called Vogue Sewing, the book that I was mentioning last week. I'll put a picture. I think it's on the table.
It used to have a pale pink cover, but that was 10, 15 years ago, so it might be different now.
I'll put a picture of it up later. But it's literally just called Vogue Sewing. So there are lots of different. It's been reprinted several times, but basically the information inside is the same. And I've got a really old one, which is all hand drawing, but the newer ones have got photos in them, but the information's the same. Well, Sally's saying it's really difficult to get hold of. Now.
Maybe eBay then.
Yeah, you might have to look on I don't know when they last reprinted it, quite a while ago, I expect. It's such a good book. So I think that's all we've got. Yeah, they'll all have the same information, Leslie, but there'll just be different versions.
Suzanne said she bought one today on eBay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, my one, I mean, you bought that for me for my 18th, maybe, and that, a while ago. And that was a pink cover, pale pink.
Yeah, that was maybe that was the last reprint one.
Maybe.
Yes, we'll be online next Saturday. Yes, we're planning to do at least the next 2 weeks, because then hopefully we'll be starting classes. Yeah, maybe we'll have to do them from the class.
Get everyone joining in
every Saturday. So thank you very much for joining us all again this week. It's so lovely to have a chat. It flies by this hour, doesn't it?
It does.
What we're doing. Thank you very much, Catherine.
Bye everyone.
Yeah,
enjoy your cocktails today.
Yeah, enjoy your cocktails. And hopefully the sunshine will come out again. Go and have a look at that caftan dress, which I think I might have to get. It's very floaty. Shazan's saying surely not that long ago.
About 15 years ago.
Yeah. Coco loves our sessions. Bye, Sally. Oh, thank you so much, everybody, and we'll be here next week again. Let me know if you want any particular demos next week, or any cocktails you want Amy to do. Otherwise, we'll just come up with our favourites. And we'll thank you very much, Janet. You'll have a good week, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.